All right, we are recording. Happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. I just have to tell you guys really quick. I know sometimes that we can just get so in the zone. Like I can get in such a rote behavioral pattern of every Monday night is the team call, and I can get so focused on what agenda I have in store for you guys of what I want to share with you guys that I often miss telling you how excited it makes me to see your faces on these calls, and how grateful I am that you do take time out of your Monday evening to spend with me. You could be anywhere right now and you chose to be here. And so I want you to know I really am grateful for that. I shared something on the team page earlier today. This was part of the National Wake Up Call. She had an analogy about being in the middle, like get in the middle of the bed. And I honestly thought immediately of like seals or sea lions. I don't know if you've ever seen them in their natural habitat, but when they're fighting for a space on the rock, has anyone ever seen that? Where seals are trying to get on the rocks, and there's like so many, it's just ridiculous. You're like, how do they even fit on there? But I immediately thought of this when she said the whole get in the middle of the bed analogy was kind of like that. Like all the seals that hang out on the edge of the rock, they are so easy to fall into the water and to just drift away, right? It's the seals that have a solid base, solid platform, solid standing and position in the middle of the rock that they're not going to fall off. And you guys, this is your middle. These calls on a Monday night are your middle. I don't know, I have ideas of things that happen on a day-to-day basis with you guys just because we're so connected. But when I start to see people's faces not on calls, I imagine that life is getting hard. I imagine that the voice in your head is trying to take you down. And I imagine that you feel somewhat defeated. And so one of the first things we do is we disconnect maybe from the things that could actually help us to get out of that cycle. But it's kind of our human nature. So anyway, this is the middle. This is your lifeline. This is your oxygen mask. Week in, week out, getting on these calls. You might get on this call and not be in a place where you give two you-know-whats about the information I'm going to tell you. And that's okay. But my heart is that by the time you get off the call, you remember that you have so much potential in you, and that I believe in each and every single one of you, whether your face is on this call or not, because I just know at its root how simple this business is and how much of an impact it can make on others when sometimes we just peel back those layers of fear and doubt that we sometimes live underneath. So I'm going to share my screen. Amanda, don't worry. I did not say anything important just now. I made sure to wait till you come back. Actually, before I share my screen, I should probably pull up the PDF. I'm going to share my screen. Tonight we're talking about Team Cup, and I said this business is simple. It truly is. And that's why I said that on purpose, because at its root, we take care of ourselves. And then what we do is we invite others to join us, and we help them on their journey. And if you can do that, if you can show up consistently to your journey, and then you can cheer other people on for their journey, if you can do those two things, you have what it takes to be a successful coach. You have what it takes to rock Team Cup. Like, I can end my meeting right there, but I won't. So Team Cup, guys, most of you, if you're on this call, you know what Team Cup is, but just in case, usually it's at least once a year. Sometimes I see Beachbody do it twice a year, but it's a month-long opportunity that they give us as coaches for us to get together in small teams, and we set new goals with each other, and we work together to just make it a really good month. There's power. I'm sure if you've gotten on National Wake Up Calls, you've heard that there's power in Team Cups, that when I got on Team Cup, that's when I finally was able to move my business forward. And I think part of it is that you become like who you're surrounded by. So on your little small team of 5, if you guys are all with the same goals in mind, the same intention, and you're surrounding yourselves day in and day out in your message thread with positive energy about how to move yourself closer to that goal, you're more likely to get it done than if you just sit on the sidelines and say, oh, in February, I'll just do my own thing. So it's really powerful for you to get into this little small team atmosphere. Now, we have 3 separate teams, but truly, I believe the 15 of us that have signed up for Team Cup on our team specifically, we're all working together. So it's this tight group of 15 of us, truly. Quick, I want to show you if you're somebody who like prizes are your jam and you're like incentivized by a good prize, like I love a good tank top. I will work my butt off for that tank top. Then this is for you. So prize-wise, if you achieve Success Club 5 or higher, and we'll break that down here in a second of what that looks like, but Success Club 5 or higher, you get to pick a 10 rounds tank or t-shirt. Pretty cool because that's going to be delivered to you before 10 rounds even comes out. So that's awesome. And then the second prize, which I'm pretty sure everyone is gunning for, like I think across the board, we can all say that not only do we want the tank and the t-shirt as like, okay, Success Club 5 base minimum, but if everyone on every team hits that, or everyone on your personal team hits that, then everybody also gets this gym bag. I know on my team right now, we all said we want the gym bag. So we're going for that. Yeah, Amanda, hello. So we're all saying Success Club 5, guys. We're all going to help 3 people this month, right? The next level prize is this rose gold bar. And the criteria for achieving this is that all 5 of your teammates have to achieve Success Club 5, but you also have to be one of the top 2 regional winners in your region. So it depends on where your coach, your team captain coach signed you up in. But like, for example, my team, we're based in the central region because that's where I signed us all up, and that's where I am, is in the central region. So we'd have to be one of the top 2 teams point-wise in the central region in order to win that. And then the tip-top prize, the Team Cup champion, is a trip to Beachbody headquarters in Los Angeles, and that's pretty stinking cool. You have to be the tip-top point earner. So there's a couple ways. If you have this printout, it says it on the front cover of how to earn points. Each Success Club point equals 1 point. So we'll break down what and how you earn Success Club points, like what products you sell to get them and how many points they are. But for every challenge pack, for example, is 2 Success Club points. And so that would give you 2 Team Cup points. Everybody who is registered for Coach Summit gets 2 points automatically added to your team's total. Don't forget, you guys, we're in the last week of January. The special promotion for Summit goes away at the end of this month, meaning Friday. So if you don't have a Summit ticket, I would not wait till February to get those 2 points. I would get it right now, this week, because you're not going to have as good of a deal as you have right now. I believe it's $165 right now to go to Summit, which is a steal. And that's the other thing too, you guys, like you're going to get top speakers. Like last year we had Rachel Hollis speak to us, and I know Katie's been to Rachel Hollis's events. I've been to her events. I'm pretty sure I paid like near $700 to hear her speak. So imagine you get to hear somebody like Rachel Hollis speak for $165. What? And you work out live with your trainers for $165. Like you get to see me in person for $165. Come on now. Exactly. Can I get like, thank you. I know. It's worth it. But seriously, Summit is where it's at. So if you're going to go to Summit, don't wait till February to get those 2 extra points. Get them this week. And then there's 3 points for every lifetime rank advancement, meaning if I am a coach level and I rank up to Emerald in the month of February, then I get 3 points added for my Team Cup team, okay? And so on and so forth with other rank advancements. Okay, bonus prizes, you guys. Beachbody also, this is not part of Team Cup, but this is their Success Club Rewards program. They've broken it down into tiers now of how to win prizes for Success Club. And there's a 1-month prize, a 3-month prize, a 6-month prize, a 9-month prize, and then the full year prize. So if you earn Success Club in January, that counts as your 1-month prize, and you earn this Beachbody Coach tank top or this t-shirt, whichever one you want. And then if you earn it in February, that would count for month 2. So then all you'd need is 1 more month in March, and then you'd earn this Beachbody Super Workout Puzzle. Hello, that's cool. And then in month 6, you get 2 Shakeology Snuggies. Guys, Snuggies. Are we all on the same page with what a Snuggie is? That's like that blanket with the arms in it. Oh yeah, Shakeology ones. You get a chocolate and a vanilla. Come on, I'm going for the Snuggie. The 9-month prize is this Beachbody sweatshirt, and then all 12 months is one of those Theraguns. I don't know if you guys have seen those at like Massage Envy or anything like that, but my brother got my sister-in-law one for Christmas. OMG, they're legit. These are like a massage in your hand. It's awesome. But those are your bonus prizes. So in February, you're also going for these. So if you hit it in January, you'll get your tank for January, and then February would count for month 2 so that you're working on getting into month 3. And if also you put yourself on the what do you call it? The opt-in for the Success Club trip. This is important, you guys. You want to be earning Success Club points. Like, read my lips. You don't want to say, I put myself on the opt-in list and then just not do anything, because by the time you get your invite, and I promise you, if you're on the opt-in list, at some point this year, you'll get an invite. And the worst thing that could happen is you get that invite and you don't have enough Success Club points to cover the amount of money that you owe. And so you'd have to say, no, I can't go on the trip because I didn't work my business. If you want to go on that Success Club trip next year and be there with us, then you want to have the mindset that you're already trying to pay off that trip with the points you're earning, okay? That's a totally different discussion that I've got to give with my friends that have opted in at a later date, but just know that if you opted in, that is also a bonus incentive to be working really, really hard. Okay, let's talk about how to hit Success Club. So it's any combination that equals 5 or more means you hit SC, or Success Club. So a challenge pack is 2 points. And that also includes completion packs. So if you encounter somebody who already has a Beachbody On Demand subscription, or maybe you enrolled somebody in January or December with Beachbody On Demand only, this would be a really great time to tell them, I want to get you a completion pack so that we can work on your entire health routine, right? Talking about not just fitness, but also nutrition, give you my support in the group, right? And a completion pack is 2 points as well as a challenge pack, okay? If they get Shakeology, it has to be on Home Direct. So notice all these that say HD, 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 HD. HD stands for Home Direct. That's the auto ship. If you sign somebody up with a share a cart for Shakeology as a one-time order, you will get no Success Club points. Same thing with Daily Sunshine, Performance Line. So you might be like, Britt, what happens when they tell you that they don't want it to be on Home Direct, they just want auto ship? This is where I step in and I tell them that they're going to save a lot of money. They really will. They're going to save about $15 shipping and handling if they sign up for Home Direct. And I tell them, I promise you, I'm going to put your name down for 2 weeks from now. We'll check in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, if you want to pause, cancel, change flavors, we'll do that. I promise you we'll do that. But I also want you to know that when you sign up with Home Direct, it's also benefiting my business. And right now we're in like this really fun, competitive month on my team, and you'd really be helping me out. Guys, it's okay to tell people that. I tell people all the time that they're helping me, right? People want to feel like they've contributed to something. And so I've never had somebody offended like, oh, you're having a team competition and you just want me to do it. I've never had anybody say that. Where I was like, oh my gosh, okay, cool. And because I've gained their trust, when I say, I promise you, I'm putting your name down right now for 2 weeks from now and we'll check back in, I'm gaining their trust that I'm not going to just leave them hanging, right? And truthfully, as coaches, that's our job anyway, right? Is to not ever leave our people hanging. So we should be checking in with them periodically anyway. But that's how you get around that Home Direct discussion versus the one-time order, because I have had people ask about that. So anything Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, Performance Line, any of these in a Home Direct package equals 2 points. People can also order 3 boxes of Beach Bars. You guys, it has to be 3, also on Home Direct, and that's 2 points. It cannot be 2 boxes of Beach Bars. It cannot be 1 box of Beach Bars, and it also has to be on Home Direct, 3 boxes for 2 points, okay? And then any combination of HD products that totals 90. So like if they got Hydrate and Recover, 90 or higher, okay? They could get Recover and Hydrate, or maybe they got Collagen on HD and Recover, whatever it is that combos 90 or more. If it's a combination, it's 1 point. So for example, I'm sitting at Success Club 5 this month. It's because I've sold 2 challenge packs and I have 1 person that did a product combo of 90 PV or higher. PV being personal volume, okay? Are we good on how we hit Success Club and where the points come from? Okay, I want to share with you guys that part of Team Cup Month and part of the excitement of Team Cup Month is not doing this alone. There's a reason that it's different than every other month. It's because all of a sudden you have a community of people that are saying, you know what, this month I'm going to get laser focused and I'm going to try to help as many people as I can in a 1 month time span. I'm just going to get out of my comfort zone and I'm going to try. But here's the thing. It's really hard to do things like this when you feel like you're doing it by yourself. And so I wanted to create an atmosphere where you felt like you could be in the trenches with your team every day of the week, that there was an opportunity for you to always have somebody with you as you're working your business. So I reached out to some different coaches on our team, and we have people who stepped up to host live action hours. Now, when they host these live action hours, truthfully, it can look like whatever you want it to look like. I'm not going to be a dictator over any of this at all, but ideally, it would be an hour of just of silence or music on Zoom where you're just working your business and getting it done. Now, if, for example, Amanda gets on Monday night and she surveys whoever pops on with her and they say, you know what, Amanda, we need it to be like really focused. Can you set timers for things? Then I'm sure Amanda would be like, okay, cool. 15 minutes, let's connect with people. Okay, 10 minutes, let's send out as many invites from our stories as possible. And she'd set the timer and guide you guys through it. And so the coaches who are on here, they'll be able to do that 100%. But if everybody's like, nope, I'm good to go, let's just put some music on and just like bust some stuff out for an hour together, then there's that option as well. But on Monday nights, these are all central times, by the way. I wanted it to just be even across the playing field. So I've converted everything into central. So if the time you told me doesn't look like what I have up here, it's because I put it into Central Standard Time. Okay, so Amanda's 7 p.m. Hers are always going to be, when we get off of Monday night Zooms, Amanda's always going to have her action hour live. Cool beans. Tuesday, you guys, from 6 to 6:30 is always going to be our Q&A mastermind time. That's when you guys can get on and ask questions. Ask about, I'm stuck with this, Brittany. How can you help me? And then from 6:30 to 7, I'm going to give us 30 minutes of action. So you're welcome to stay on for that extra 30 minutes with me after we chat for the first 30, okay? So Tuesdays will only be a 30-minute window because it'll start with a 30-minute Q&A. Kristen is doing 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Raquel's got 9 p.m. on Thursdays. Right now, I'm still trying to find one person for Friday. If anybody wants to chime in and be that person, that'd be awesome. And then Sarah's got Saturday mornings with you guys. And Andrea's got 3 p.m. on Sundays, which I love because that's a really great time, you guys. These two time slots, Sarah and Andrea, I'm so grateful for. Because number one, Sarah, this is like, let's just get some work done on a Saturday and not have to like dig into our whole weekend, right? But I love the Sunday idea because during her action hour, that's a really great time for you guys to get your ducks in a row so that you're ready to rock your week. So maybe your Sunday nights don't look like a lot of inviting, but maybe it looks like getting all your posts ready or following up with people or getting your schedule set for the week so that you're ready and intentional about what you do. So this is going to be, once it's refined and defined, I'm going to be posting this on the page, and you guys will have the Zoom links available so that you can plug in with anybody on any given day so that you don't feel like you're doing this by yourself. Mindset is going to be everything in Team Cup Month. There's a reason I'm going to dive into this. You will hear no. There will be people that tell you, no, I'm not ready to join your group right now. There will be people who don't even give you the courtesy of replying to your beautiful, crafted invite. There will be times where you post something on your Instagram and no one likes it. There will be times when you put a poll option on your story and no one takes it. There will be a time where you send somebody information and they say they're ready and you even get them a share cart and then they don't join. What a bummer. I'm telling you all of this because guess what? That's normal. That's normal in this business. And if you allow a no or a rejection or a ghosting or somebody who's almost ready to sign up and then they don't freaking do it, or the fact that you're placing your value on how many people like your social media posts or take your poll, if you're placing your value on that, or whether or not you are a successful coach on all of those external factors, you will fail over and over and over again. And what's worse is you're not going to fail as a coach. You're going to fail in your mindset, because that's the kind of crap that eats you alive. I'm saying this with such passion right now because I've allowed it to do that in my business so many times, where I allow a rejection to make me just like fall down into tears and think that I'm not worth being a coach. That's a lie. There are so many times when I put up like the best social media post I've ever crafted in my life and no one likes it, no one even sees it. And then I think, why am I even doing this? Why even bother? Only to then maybe put up a post the next day and it's a boom. You guys, timing is everything. We can't be so hard on ourselves that a post didn't work, or I invited somebody and they didn't join, or I sent the share a cart and they never ended up pulling the trigger. Those are external factors. So part of mastering your mindset is personal development every single day. In February, I am not hosting a formal book club because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all the things. But I will tell you that your tracker has personal development on it, engaging in it for 15 minutes every day for a reason. Because the coaches whose minds are weak will never be successful. If you don't have strong enough mindset surrounding your business and where you're headed this month, everything's going to tear you down. Everything's going to hurt. Everything's going to sting. So how do I master my mindset with personal development? I have books that cater towards what I'm struggling with. So if you're struggling with inviting, find something that talks about that. If you're struggling with, your inner mean girl, find a book that talks about that. If you're struggling with how to post on social media, find a book that talks about that. Or if you're struggling with how to even get in personal development because you don't feel like you have time for it, find a podcast and listen to it when you're in the shower or driving, right? There's so many options. Some podcasts that I really love right now, and I'll share some with you guys. I love Quote of the Day is like so awesome. It's a really great one to listen to first thing in the morning to get you like in a really great headspace. Quote of the Day is what it's called. I love listening to On Purpose, called On Purpose. I listen to, there's a coach, her name's Keisha Fitzgerald, and her podcast is called Empower Her, and she's awesome. There's another network marketer. She works for a different company, but she talks about network marketing, and it's gold. It's called She's Here For It. She's Here For It. And I can share these in other places too. Melanie Mitro's podcast, Women Inspiring Women is fire. There's so many. Those are just a few that I love. By the way, Team Beachbody, their podcast is all the National Wake Up Calls repeated. So you can literally go back to National Wake Up Calls from 2014 and like hear from coaches way back then. Now, some of their stuff might not be relevant today, right? So you got to take stuff and sift through what works, what doesn't work. But there's so much gold out here, you guys, for you to grow in the month of February, and an opportunity for you to make that happen. Don't let personal development slip through the cracks, especially when you start to feel your mindset like getting a little weak, or when that seventh no like just stings a little bit. Where are you going to turn? Turn to your team, turn to your personal development. Those two things, okay? Speaking of turning to your team, I think I've beat a dead enough horse on personal development. I hope so. I hope everybody's like so excited now for personal development. But speaking of team, there's going to be parts in the month where you have teammates who are very successful while you sit at a big goose egg. So what do? Do you think, oh, she helped all those people, so that must mean that there's not enough space for me? She helped all those people, so maybe I'm not going to be good at this. That's good for her, but not for me. No, you celebrate her wins, because when she has success, when your teammate has success, that should inspire you with hope that it's possible for you too. That there's still people out there that need our help. That there's still behaviors and actions that work. And so when somebody comes into your thread and says, oh my gosh, I just sold my very first challenge pack, or I just hit SC5 or whatever, you celebrate the freaking heck out of her as if it was you. You do it the way, it's like back when I was teaching elementary school. If I wanted somebody to celebrate me for hitting Success Club 5, well then I should probably celebrate them the way I want them to celebrate me when that moment happens, right? Yeah. So celebrate it. But also, after you're done celebrating, say, hey, what did you say to them that made them say yes? Or can you share a little bit about your conversation or how you got to the sale? Like, can you help us like understand your process and learn from her too? That's part of mastering your mindset. The person with a weak mindset is not going to celebrate that victory, and they're going to leave the thread thinking that they can't be successful like her. That's a weak mindset. Y'all aren't weak. That's why you're a part of Team Cup. You are the type of woman who celebrates another woman, and you know that her success means you can do it too, so you begin asking her questions so that you can also be successful. I want you to also believe, you guys, that there are 3 people at a very base minimum. There are 3 people in your life that need your help in February. I'm not asking you for 30 people. I'm not asking you for 100 people. I'm asking you for 3 people. Every single one of us can find 3 people. And oh my gosh, guys, think about the waves that would make on our team. If there's 15 of us and we all help at least 3 people, that's 45 lives we're going to change in less than 30 days. That's really impressive. So don't you want to be a part of that movement? Don't you want to say, I was part of the movement on our team when we helped that many people? How cool would that feel, right? This is a tiny strategy, but think about it. If there's 4 weeks in the month, if you decide to help 1 person each week, I'm not saying help 10 people to sign with a challenge pack. No, every week, 1 person. I'm going to get 1 person enrolled this week. If you do that, you'll be at your 3 people minimum by the end of the month, right? I encourage you to set a non-negotiable and stick to it for the full 29 days. You're lucky this February is actually a leap year. So we have 29 days, not 28. Yeah. And so if your non-negotiable, for example, is with invitations, okay, I'm going to invite 5 people every day for 29 days. Guys, make yourself a little habit tracker, just like Morning Meltdown 100, where you checked off every day for 100 days. Make a habit tracker for 29 days or print out a February calendar, and don't miss putting an X down of 5 people every day for 29 days, right? Figure out how to make it fun for yourself. Make it a fun challenge. And just know this too, I say this about follow-ups when I'm talking about our mindset, because a lot of times coaches who are newer in the business will come to me and say, you know, they'll say, Brittany, I was speaking to somebody and they said they wanted information and I sent them the information and I just haven't heard from them. Or a scenario like, yeah, I reached out to them, I sent them the information, they were all ready to go, and then now I haven't heard from them. And I asked, well, did you follow up? And they're like, no. And I'm like, guys, you're missing business by not following up with people, because we are busy people. You have to follow up. You are the one in the driver's seat of all of this. You're the coach, right? They're putting their trust in you. And so you have to drive the conversations. You have to drive the follow-up. And so a follow-up isn't being annoying, because that's what I get from coaches a lot. Oh, I didn't check in with them because I didn't want to be annoying. No, a follow-up is a sign that you care. What's actually annoying and icky is if you sent out 10 invites today and then you never touch their inbox ever again. Imagine that. Imagine if somebody invited you today to join their LuLaRoe leggings. I think that company's gone, by the way. But imagine they asked you to join their LuLaRoe leggings, and then you didn't answer them. You got busy. You were at Starbucks. You saw the message. You went on with your life, right? You were busy. And then they never sent you a message ever again. Wouldn't you think, they were just trying to sell me something, right? But if that person circled back and said, hey, I know things get so busy. I am so terrible about this. I get in the line at Starbucks. I check my phone, and the next thing I know, my latte is ready. And I didn't even respond back to you. I get it. I know that happens. I just want to check in and see if you got my message. I just want to check in and see if this was something you're interested in. No worries if you're not. That shows you care, right? And you can even be funny about it. You guys, put some personality behind it. That the way I just said that is how I would say that to somebody. Yeah, I'm terrible about opening my phone at Starbucks, and then by the time my latte is ready, I forget that I didn't reply. I'm not sure if you're the same way, but I just wanted to check back in, right? Like, make it funny, make it you. But the thing is, you guys, you never know when the timing's right for someone. And more often than not, when I follow up with people, this is the line that just warms my heart, like I can't even describe. But when people say, thank you for never giving up on me, That one just gets me. People say that, you guys. When I follow up with people, they're not like, can you stop sending me messages? Rarely does that ever happen in my 6 years. In fact, on the contrary, they say, thank you for not giving up on me. Even if they're not ready, they'll still say something like that. And I love that line because it shows that we have this like trust already built, and that when the time is right for them, they will be signing up. So we're going to agree in February to help 3 people at a minimum, right? We're going to try to help at least 1 person a week so that we stay on track, so we don't get to the end of the month and feel frantic that like, oh my gosh, I got to like try to help so many people in such a small period of time. Like, spread it out over the 29 days, set that non-negotiable, make it fun to track it as you go. And remember that as you go, you will always be following up with people throughout the month, as well as people who you've talked to in the past. The longer you've been in this business, by the way, the more follow-up opportunity you have. So if you're brand spanking new, then the only follow-ups you really have are the conversations you're already starting and initiating. But if you've been in this business for a year, you have follow-ups a year plus, really. You have follow-ups like all the way back, right? So go back to, who did you talk to last January and they weren't ready? Who did you talk to last February? And that's why tracking is so important, whether it's pencil and paper or whatever, but our packets have really nice trackers built in and designed. Okay, I'm going to bust through this really fast. A couple pro tips that I have when I want to be successful with Success Club is things like crafting a list of 100 people at the top of the week so that you can reach out to them, and that's your group of people, right? So working off of a list. If you don't have a current list that you're working off of, then you need to create a list before February happens and make it exhaustive, you guys. Like, literally open up your friends on Facebook and start scrolling down the list of who have I never invited that I think would benefit, right? And don't let fear drive the car there. Fear does not get to drive the car on who you invite. If you think they would benefit, then you put them on the list, right? Your energy and enthusiasm for your own journey, you guys, is contagious. If you're excited, the people who are watching you are going to be excited and more prone to join you. If you are like dry toast on a winter day, then no one's going to join you. You have to be excited. And so if you're like, I'm not really excited about my fitness right now, then fix it. Right? That's the cool thing about Beachbody is we have so many programs, so many products. Like, I wasn't feeling very good about my routine this summer. And so I did the ultimate reset, and that changed so much for me because I was able to try a new product that I never tried. I got out of my comfort zone. I was able to document the entire journey. So figure out if right now you're kind of like in a plateau zone, that's on you. Fix it, right? Like right now, brainstorm before February hits of how you can bring your own energy and excitement into your social media and your journey so that other people can be intrigued and excited. Amanda told me something really awesome, and she's going to share more about it on the team page, but I wrote down a short quote, so I'm not going to hijack all of it from her, but I wrote, make no's fun. Sometimes instead of like a tracker of like how many people said yes, sometimes it's fun to make a no's tracker, not a nose, but no. Meaning every time you hear no, you like circle in a piece of the tracker. I'll show it to you. If you've been part of the team for a while, you know what I'm talking about. But if this is new for you, it's basically like a hundreds chart. And every time somebody says no, you like circle in one of the things. And your point is to try to get to 100 no's. Because if you're getting to 100 no's, that must mean that you're finding yeses along the way, right? And one thing Amanda shared with me right before we hopped on this call was she said that she read in a book that the author said, when he would get no's, at first he felt like really bad about it. Like, oh, people are saying no, like this is such a bummer. And then he flipped it and he put himself in a position of power. And whenever somebody told him no, he'd say, oh, I was hoping you'd say no. Can you explain more to me about, why it is you don't want to do this? Because it's going to help me be better about my business. And she can explain it, and she will on the team page way better than I did. But I love that idea of like, oh my gosh, I was hoping you'd say no. This is actually really helpful for me. Why is it that now is not a great time for you? Do you see what kind of position of power I just put myself in? Right? And that's a confidence boost for yourself. Imagine if you had the confidence and the boldness to send that message back, you would immediately stand differently about the way you're having these conversations because you're not letting a no deflate you. Remember, you can't over talk about your group. Share, you guys. Now, that doesn't mean spam, 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 spam. We still want to add value and be relatable to people and not just be like a walking billboard for Beachbody. But you can't over talk about the power of your group, the benefits of your group, what you're most excited about for your group, sharing, highs that are happening currently in your group. And even if you don't have your own group that you are running, you are all in a group that you can tell people about. Right? Even if you don't have your own team, you are all part of a team. So whatever success is happening on Inspire Beauty or the Self-Care Sisterhood or wherever you're fizzled into this, share about it. You're part of it. It's yours. No one's going to be like, that's not really your team. No one knows that. They don't have time for that. They just know that you're excited about something. They want to be a part of it. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you about this is don't overlook your warm market. I keep hearing from you guys, oh, I got to grow my following. Oh, I got to grow my following. Especially coaches who have come to me very brand new. Like you're very brand new in this business. And you're telling me that you need to build your network because you don't have anybody. Lies and voodoo. If I sat down at your kitchen table with you and I opened up your Facebook friends list and I opened up your Instagram followers and we went down alphabetically and I said, have you invited this person? Have you invited this person? I bet you could give me a song and a dance for all the people you haven't invited. Don't do that to yourself, right? Don't overlook your warm market. 6 years later into the business, you guys, I am still inviting people who I went to high school with, who I haven't invited, who I went to college with, who I haven't invited. My warm market isn't even run out. So don't tell me that yours is. It's a lie. It's not serving you. When you're crafting that list of 100 people, you guys, don't overlook your warm market. It's not like, because the people that you're adding in, truthfully, and building connections with, those are not the people that are going to join in February. So if you're banking on, oh, I'm going to add this friend today because then next week she's going to join my group, I got bad news for you. The people that are going to join you in February are people you've already been talking to, / already been watching you, / you already have trust and a relationship built with them, okay? So don't overlook that. All right, 10 things to do right now. I love this. Number 1, find your tribe. We all did that. So right here on the Succeeding with Your Team Cup packet, if you're on the third page, I guess, it says Succeeding with Team Cup. This is, some of the things are from this and some are not, but it says have a group you can invite to. Actually, pause on that one really quick. So find your tribe. We all found our groups. Check. We all created a team and we all registered. Pretty sure. Check. I'm pretty certain we all created message threads on Facebook so that we can all be in communication with each other. Check. You guys, see, look at you guys. You're already rocking and rolling of these 10 things. Print off Team Cup tracker. Who's got their tracker? Already printed. A for effort. Look at you guys. Love it. Okay. Check. We already got it. Set goals individually and as a team. Now, in my thread, we've already started having that discussion, but please note on this page, there is space for us to goal set. 3 goals for Team Cup. Now, obviously, the skeleton in the closet is our first big goal is Success Club, right? So everybody should be setting a Team Cup Success Club goal that's a minimum of 5, right? I'm going to clue you in on something though. If you put down that your goal is to help 3 people, typically we fall short of what we reach for. It's like the phrase, if you reach for the moon, at least you'll land among the stars, right? It's that whole idea. I'm going to stretch you. I don't want to stretch you to a place where it's not attainable. But if you're like, I've never hit Success Club and that's what I want to do, then I want you, instead of saying I'm going to help 3 people this month, say 4. Because if you don't help 4, don't you think the odds of helping 3 are a lot higher? But if you say I'm going to help 3, then now typically we end up a little bit lower than where we shoot for. So now maybe you don't even hit Success Club, right? So instead of saying 3, helping 3 people, I want to nudge you. If that's your base minimum, that's what you're going for, say 4, right? And shock yourself, because what if you do end up helping 4? But notice that there's also 2 more lines for your goals, okay? So your goals don't just need to be Success Club based or basically how many people you're going to help. They can also be goals for rank advancement. They could be goals for action-based goals, like I'm going to show up to 5 action hours per week, or I'm going to share my completed tracker with my team every night before I go to bed for 29 days, right? Maybe that's a goal for you. So start thinking of where your other goals can lie for this month. Okay, how I'm going to achieve my goals, how I'm going to stay accountable to my goals. Okay, now I have goals for Team Cup, made the commitment to achieve them. I have a group I can invite to for February. Call with my Team Cup, check, we can check that one off. I know how my Team Cup is going to stay in contact. Yep, we know because it's through our message thread. So this is pretty much set, except for you need to go through and fill out your goals. And then this is going to be like, this is like homework to turn into your Team Cup captains in your message thread. But so set goals individually as a team and then share the goals. So once you have this filled out, like thoughtfully filled out, you guys, go ahead and share that with your team. Make it a point to contribute daily to your message thread. You guys, when I say contribute daily to your message thread, don't wait for your Team Cup captain to come in and say, how's everybody doing today? Like, go in. Hey guys, I just finished my workout. Is anybody else getting their workout done yet? Like, you have the power to be able to contribute. Like, nothing is off limits from contributing. Hey guys, I saw this really great quote of the day show and I wanted to share it with you because it really like helped my mindset. Share it, boom. Hey guys, I read this in my personal development today and it really helped me. Hey guys, this is the invite I sent out today. What do you think about it? Hey guys, this is what Susie said back to me after I invited her. What would you say next, right? Like the sky is the stinking limit for how you can contribute to your message thread. But remember what I started this call with. The coaches who are in the middle, they're gonna have success. They're gonna be rooted. So if you're in the middle of the daily message thread, meaning you're in the trenches contributing, don't you think your success is going to be a lot more than if you linger on the sidelines and just give a thumbs up every once in a while, right? Don't be the person that just likes everybody's post and doesn't contribute anything. Be the one that's in there contributing. You have my permission. Support, so this goes along with that, motivation, best practices, scripts, etc. Schedule. And this, again, this is on Andrea's Sunday night power hours or live ones on Sunday late afternoon is a great time for you to schedule when you will plug in your action hours every week, right? And then commit to being on Monday and Tuesday Zooms, but also the National Wake Up Call, because this is where you're going to get best practices so that as you feel frustrated with things, as things just maybe aren't working the way you first envisioned them, you have support. You have people who say, I understand that. Why don't you try this, right? Or this is what's working for me. Okay. Let me stop share with the screen. Couple last things I want to dig into, you guys, is, so we've got our goal setting. We're going to do that. As you walk through all of this, it gives you a weekly calendar for each. So you're going to want to start filling that out. Giving yourself, if you don't have a planner, this is a great place to do so. But it also, I love because it has a social media posting plan each day of the week at the top. So that's like, again, on those Sunday night Zooms, that's a really great space for you to say, okay, I'm inviting to my group this week, so I really need to talk about this. Or I want to share a recipe that I'm sharing with my girls in the group. Or I want to talk about I want to shout out a challenger who's having really great success. So that's going to be my post, right? And to really be thoughtful about what are the things you can tell people about your community so that they want to be a part of it, right? And then you have Success Club trackers that are printed off for each week. So that's good to go, okay? And we have these for 4 weeks. But the thing I do want to show you that I love is at the back, it doesn't just stop in February. It does this again for March. So when we start to get towards the end of February, we'll go through this, but now we're talking about our goals for March. So we have to have this mentality too, you guys. It goes along with the mindset that it's not just I'll try this for a month and see if it works. Like, it's just not going to work. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste your time and your energy and your frustration level and go spend time like kicking it with your family, because it's not going to work for you. A coach that tries and then stops and then tries and then stops, number one, is exhausting. It's got to be exhausting to do that. I call that a stick shift coach. If you've got that stick shift mentality, it's exhausting, number one. But number two, you are losing everyone's trust. Every time you start and you stop and I'm going to try it here and then, oh, okay, I'm back on the workout wagon. Okay, now I'm not working out anymore. Okay, now this is my year. Do you know that people are rolling their eyes at you? Like, come on now. And I don't want any one of you guys to have that on your platform. I don't want that to be like what it is, but we do it to people, right? Like, think about somebody in your life that you're like, every time they start something, they quit before they can even do anything. And it, like, you want to roll your eyes at it, right? Don't be that person. Instead, be the person that offers consistent hope to other people who are out there struggling. That's what you can be.